Okay, people, we're at Toowong Cemetery for our third visit. We decided to do a daytime one this time, so we can get a bit more of a view of all the graves and sort of so we can get to know our way around the area a little bit better. As you can see, there's quite a few areas there. We last time started up, I think it was up here, and we worked our way down, snaked our way down to about there, and we come up, and I think 12th Avenue should be where number 7 is. I think that was roughly where we went, so... Oh no, actually, sorry. Yeah, so we come from there, we went down, we followed it all the way down to there. Last time on my last video, we spotted, which I think was actually a real ghost that was standing in its head out behind a tree, and when I faced my camera at it, it decided to duck behind the tree. Regardless if you think it's real or not, I did spot something. Don't know what it was. I'm not going to claim it was this or that. All I know is I spotted something. So anyway, we're going to take a view, and we're going to go back to this section here and see if we can pick it up again. So this one here, we got a book. Hang on, I'll just show you the book. Okay, this book here. You see that? Here they go. Toowong Cemetery. It's got a listing of all the significant graves in here. It tells you a bit of history about some of them and some of the stories behind it. So basically, this one here has got a story behind it saying that at certain times, I don't know when, but people have walked past here and actually seen the head of the statue move and follow you while you're walking along. So
says occasionally he likes to go for a walk, leaving only his pedestal behind. Former groundsmen say they have come across him walking in the cemetery at dusk. Others have been mowing the grass when they realise that he is no longer sitting there, leaving only a marble seat. Young couples reckon that when they kiss, he's watching them.
There goes a little bit of an insight to it. And
Mr.
what
McGregor.
Mr. McGregor, what year did he die?
1939.
1939. Yeah, that's probably pretty much the same as what's written in that book, I'd say. So there's one other one over here. Oh, someone touched me on the head. I'm serious, Dar.
Today?
Yep. This is what I felt. I just felt it. I know this is fully daytime, but I just felt that on my head. Someone like grabbed me fully on the head. I felt that, and that was like, I thought it might have been a twig at first fall on me, but I'm not under any tree. Nothing landed on me. Oh. This one here. See if we can get a look in. Okay. So in here, this one was done. This one, like I said, it's got his dog buried with him. So that's his dog at the front. Obviously, he had a lot of love for his dog. There's here. There you go. It tells you a little bit of the story up here on the glass anyway. See if I can get that. I don't know if I'll be able to capture that. There you go. I'll step back a little bit. Hopefully you can all see that. This is a lot better during the daytime, not having to rely on so much lighting too. And give it a quick read. What you got there? Okay.
It's a really good one.
Is there okay? So basically, this one, what year did he die, Dara? Born and died. How long? What about his dog?
That was his only companion. Apparently he was an eccentric,
Yeah.
and even the dog died tragically. It was poisoned. Neighbour baited the little puppy.
Neighbour baited the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. So he buried him. So was the guy alive still? And he had the dog buried with him, or was he already passed away?
So obviously they put the dog away until he passed.
So he was still alive at the time the dog died. Would that be right?
Yeah.
And then so they obviously preserved the dog somehow. And then when he died, hey?
The 8th of December 1924.
There you go. So we get that. What's it called on the dead dog here? What's it called on it? What's it say?
Pup, a faithful canine friend, maliciously poisoned.
There you go. So obviously only...
So this was a man who loved someone, like a lady, but she betrayed him and he went mad.
It's good when you hear like stories like this. Actual real stories to people, about people these days. There's not much. I mean, graves, everybody wants to be cremated these days pretty much. I mean, there's still people that do want to get buried, but I think most of the people just gone to cremations, don't want to really leave their tail behind. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's get, yeah. Alright. Some pretty big graves right at the back there. Oh, damn. They tower. They're huge, aren't they? Those ones up there. It's almost like... Yeah. Wow. Okay, so if you do see or hear anything, people, let us know in the comments. And let us know what you did see. We were on is Fifth Avenue, and this is where I seen the spirit. I was walking up here. If you haven't seen my other video, I kind of lingered back from the other two, where there was 3 of us in the group that night. I lingered about 40 metres back from them because I was doing a bit of panning around, and I also didn't realise I had my zoomed right in. I accidentally was walking around with it zoomed already in, so I was walking around pretty much like this, and I kind of thought, because it was a new gimbal, and I thought, okay, you know, what's going on here? But Craig pointed out to me that he zoomed in there, and I'm like, oh, okay. And probably if I wasn't zoomed in, I would have been able to catch that spirit on camera.
This is the creek that she drew.
So this is the creek. This is the creek. Apparently, see the spirit. She walks up and down these creeks here, and she apparently drowned. I think she overdosed on medication, and also on alcohol as well, and she'd fallen into the creek and passed away. Anyway, that's the folk tale. How much truth behind that, so I don't know. I suppose we can only go on what we read in history books, but that's the legend. And she's supposed to linger around here, and you're supposed to be able to spot her. So and see, this is all last week. This year was only getting bitumen. They'd only put the first layer down. They've actually done it now, so it's all done. Which way did we walk? Okay, that's up to the main road. That should be 12th Avenue there. I think that's 12th Avenue. So
Okay, it's right up here.
is it up further? So did we
Right up
up that
that way.
way or this way?
No, we're on Fifth now.
Okay.
That's right that way.
Oh, there's the big hug tree I was talking about. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad with it. Yeah, I know where we are now. So yeah, so this is obviously an area that was old graves. I'm assuming this was old graves, but they've reached a point where they're over 100 years old. There's no living relatives, and they've pulled it all out, and
Well, they could just be
Um,
making those graves.
yeah, maybe. But I'm pretty sure areas like this would have had already been filled in at one stage, and they've. Okay, there's the two little ones on the side there. See how there's ones there?
Yeah.
That's what made me think they were like that along here. You can even see piles as well. Is that old headstones, is it? Is it old headstones?
I don't know.
Or something? Might have been though, because because they only have to be here 100 years, and then 100 years, or if there's family that are like more than 50 years or something that haven't passed. If there's no living family after 50. So, I don't know.
There's any old ones there, why aren't they not there?
Yeah, but I don't know. Who knows? Okay. So. Sure, I'm trying to think of it. Look at find the tree. Oh, I know it was like. It's kind of lost during the daytime. You get a bit of a different view of the area, and you kind of like feel all turned around. That's 12th Avenue just there in front of us, off to the right. Because I was standing here, and I'm pretty sure that's the one I had locked in on, right? See, look at that. That's the one I had locked in on. And I panned around, and it would have been either this tree in front of us. I reckon it's this one. I reckon that's what I've seen. I reckon it's that tree there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one right there, though. I think. Well, this one, because they were. I'm not zoomed in all the way in. Make sure I'm zoomed out this time. There you go, like that. That's better. I'm just going to have a slow pan around this area, because this is where I've seen her around this area. And that's the creek line along the bottom there, so she could apparently walks all the way along the creek line and along the edges of all the graves. So if the spirit that was here last week that I caught on camera that seen me, if it wants to show itself again, please show itself, because I want to make sure what I've seen is what I've seen. So if you are the spirit from last week, please show yourself. Let us know. Give us a sign that you're here. Because this is where, I'm pretty sure it's that tree there. It's hard to tell though. confused on what tree it is now, Dale. So I think it's either that tree there or that tree there. Because I was focusing on that white stone over there. Like you see me stop, and I pan around, and I do a full pan, and then I come back, and that's when I seen it up on a tree. I'm hoping to catch something. If there's any spirits present around the cemetery that want to be letting themselves known, you're welcome to show yourself. But you're not welcome to follow. This is my body, and I do not share. Let's take a walk in here, because this is where I reckon there would be, if there is anything in these, this is where you might say, oh, there's that feeling again. Is it? Oh, again. No. On the head though. Something's touching me on the head. That's the second time. It's even giving me a slight headache. It's like something feels like, oh.
They're not touching me.
Maybe they're just trying to freak me out. These are really, 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 really old ones, and obviously people that were rich back in the day.
1892.
There you go.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Now this one up here, this has got a good story to it. This is called the Main family. Now, when my partner was first telling me about this one, she said it's the main grave. I'm thinking, what, the main grave for the whole cemetery? She's like, no, the main one. And I'm like, what, main what? And it's like, the name of the family is called the Main family. That's their last name. So I'm like, oh, right, okay. And there's quite a good story. But this one is all supposed to be done through blood money. He was a murderer. And he murdered someone that had quite a bit of money. He was a butcher and chopped them all up, and it's a bit of a storyline to it. If you want to read it out while you're here, I'm just telling the people about it, and if you want to do a bit of reading, or goes on about what the Main family is about and how it all come about.
There is no greater legend in Brisbane than the tale of the murderous Mains. Inside an immaculately maintained tomb on 12th Avenue lies the bodies of members of Brisbane's most infamous family, including their founding father, Patrick Main, businessman, real estate tycoon, butcher and alleged killer. In the early 1840s, Main was working as a butcher in Kangaroo Point here in Brisbane. One night at a local pub, Main overheard a conversation that would change his life. A drunken man mentioned that he had a large sum of money in his possession. According to legend, Main decided to put his butchering skills to use. Next day in Kangaroo Point, a horrific discovery was made.
Don't tell everybody ran out. What did it stop for? They keep going.
So body parts were found all over Kangaroo Point, basically, and then he was accused of murdering the person.
Yeah. So.
But it's never been proved, though.
Yeah, no. Oh, but wasn't there a deathbed confession at the end of it?
Not really. He could have just been saying that.
Yeah, possibly. And so this one, the original name of this one, I don't know if this one, but originally this cemetery originated from where Suncorp Stadium is at the moment here in Brisbane, football stadium. There was about 500 graves that were exhumed and brought to here in the 1900s. And I don't know if it was this one or Lane Park that was actually called One Tree Hill. Well, they named this One Tree Hill. Oh, we found it. Okay, we got it in the book. It's in our book. There we go. Okay, we have got it here. Can I just get a photo of it and book? So, if you do have this book, it is in there. That's it there. And that's the heading, Ralston family. So, okay, we'll do a bit of a read up about that. So, yeah, okay.
So it says locals walking their dogs or jogging through the grounds have seen this mysterious figure. Its face covered by a fine black veil. Like,
Just keep walking with me. Yeah, while you're reading if you can. Yeah.
so upon reaching the tomb, the female spectre kneels before the crypt. Then it begins to sob and cry. Others claim to have seen a white mist come out of the tomb, but it is not seen. If she is not seen or heard, she is felt, she is near. The temperature around the tomb grows unnaturally cold. An icy wind can be felt coming over the hill. In pouring rain on a Saturday morning in October 1920, more than 100 people assembled to see the entombment of one of the most powerful and influential figures in Paynes Lane. Those present include the judges, lawyers, the general managers of virtually every bank and financial institution, as well as the Lord Mayors of Brisbane.
So someone that was quite powerful back in the day, obviously.
So Julia Mary Ralston, his wife, knelt by the grave on the day of his interment, crying until escorted away by friends. They had no children, and with his death their union ended. She died 3 years later, and it is said that when she died of a broken heart. Her grief, it seems, may have transcended the grave.
Well, and there you have it. So we learn about history and all sorts of stuff at school, but we sort of can't learn more about world history than our own local history. Okay, so this is probably getting to the cemetery goes right up the top of the hill there, but we're gonna go this way instead. Well, like I said, we probably won't be able to do this whole cemetery today, but we've already done 2 sections, 2 videos, and this would make for a 3rd video. So I can smell cigarette here. I can smell cigarette here. Is there anybody here?
I can't touch.
Can you smell cigarette? Yeah. Okay, someone is there anybody around? Okay, we both can smell cigarette. And it's quite strong. Like,
Just here, yeah.
it's just strong right here, like there's someone smoking. And that's what I said in my last video. It says half of these people are probably here because of that stupid cigarette stuff. And it would only come from downhill, from up there down. Travel down.
Unless someone's up there.
Maybe. But it's gone now. Okay, so I want to wrap it up here, guys. Remember to subscribe, hit that button for notifications, and smash that like button. Remember, always people, be good, be safe.